Hi, welcome in. If you are here, you are stepping into your highest timeline, and I am here to help you navigate that journey. I am just going to tap in, get a channeled message, and then pull some cards. We'll go wherever the energy takes us. If at any point something resonates with you, please like and comment on this video. All right, let's tap in and get a message from Spirit. Tapping in now, Spirit, to the collective. Tapping into everyone watching this video. Please remove me and come through as a clear channel, bring through messages for their highest good and messages that would resonate, and so that they would know, yes, this message is for me. What does the collective need to know, Spirit, in this moment? Okay, I'm getting leapfrog, like kids playing leapfrog. And it's like kind of slow and steady, and you can make progress, but you have to leap off the back of somebody else. There is no moving forward without also allowing somebody to leap off your back, and then you can leap off theirs, but you have to like be the support for them and let them leap. And then so this very reciprocal game that both people understand that the only way to make progress forward is by the help of someone. And I'm feeling the energy of these two people playing is like they both have a common goal, so they're trying to get somewhere. They both have a common goal in mind, and they are like, yep, I'm going to sit here and let you jump off my back, and now I'm going to jump off. Like they're both very dedicated to the cause, to the progress they're trying to make. There's not one person that you're like, oh, come on, hurry up. Like you're both giving equal effort. Yeah, and it's very like focused, equal. And when you get to the end of wherever you're trying to go, there's a high five and like a we did it, thank you, that was great teamwork, a real acknowledgement of the collaboration it takes to make progress. Okay, so leapfrog, a very clear message about collaboration and equality and having to be part of or equal parts of a system that's moving forward. You cannot move forward at all without the collaboration or help of somebody else, nor can they move forward without the help of you. You both know that, you both understand that, you both understand your roles, you're both showing up to them, you both give equal effort. There's not one person that feels some type of way or one person that's pulling more weight. And at the end, you can acknowledge, like, thank you for that. We were a team together, and I couldn't do this without you. Amazing. All right, let's see how that translates to your life using the cards. Light Seers Tarot cards. All right, so equal teamwork, collaboration. Is there somewhere in your life right now where you feel like supported by a team member, that you guys are both working towards the same goal and you couldn't do it without them, and you feel like you can rely on them, but you also feel like you give them the support? Is there somewhere in your life that you're lacking that? Or because in leapfrog there's just no other way to play the game, right? There are certain things, like I know that plenty of us like to be independent and want to move forward, but there are some things in our life that you need somebody else to help you. Like you can't do it on your own. And it's kind of nice when you both need help. It's very collaborative. It's like you're not just asking somebody for help. You're like, you're going to need my help too. Like you can't progress without me either. So big sense of reciprocity there. But yeah, there's some things in life we can't do on our own. So how do we get the help we need, but have it feel good? Have it feel like there's no question about who does what. Have it feel like, yeah, like a team, one goal, one fight. And that nobody's confused about the progress we're trying to make. All right, Spirit. What more does the collective need to know about this game of leapfrog, making steady progress with collaboration? What more do we have here? As I'm shuffling, I'm getting this, like, you really want this. You want this really fair, equal partnership, but there's a sense that I'm getting that, like, you don't trust that. You don't trust that it's going to be 50-50. You don't trust that, like, what you give is going to be enough. So, like, it's supposed to be just enough for you to show up and be the support for the other person to leap. And then you're just the support. That's all you need to do to make the progress. But there's something about you that's weary, that's like, I hope they don't expect more from me. Or like, is it enough? Am I giving enough to the team just to show up and do the exact same amount of work as everybody else? And all I have to do is be here and be the support in the launch pad, and then they're going to be the launch pad for me. Like, you almost don't trust that that's all you have to do, that your role in it. And I'm getting, like, how many times were we hired for something and then the job description expanded? You know, what do they write in job descriptions? Other items as whatever. And other items could just be like pretty much anything your boss tells you to do. So it's like, well, I thought I was showing up to just do this one job, and I thought that was good enough. And maybe maybe you can't trust that, or maybe your experience has been like, yeah, I have to do way more than that. I wish just showing up and doing the job that I was hired to do was the reality, but the reality is I have to do a lot more. So yeah, the whole time I'm getting credit for, and I'm getting acknowledged for, like, you were 50% of the leapfrog, but you're like, yeah, but I did do more. I don't know. I'm just getting a sense of, like, as much as you would love to have the 50-50 and have the just showing up being enough, I'm getting a sense that, like, you don't trust that. What more for this collective, Spirit? Let's see what the cards show here. Okay, so what I'm getting is you're wanting to take action to move forward, to make progress in a very specific way, and you know the direction you want to go. You're very confident in that direction, and you want to go in that direction, but you are wondering whether or not you're going to be supported, and you know that you're going to, or you would like support on this journey. Like, whether you need support, or you know you need new opportunities, or you need whatever it is, other people outside of you, situations, opportunities to be revealed, money, like whatever it is, you need something to support you on this new path, to make it sustainable or viable, or to make progress on this new path. And I get the star, and the star is all about wish fulfillment and healing. So Spirit's really saying, we know that it hasn't been easy to make progress in the past, and you haven't felt supported, but this is what you are healing right now. And I'm getting, like, as you walk forward in this thing that you're very passionate about, this direction that you know you want to go in, support's going to show up. And when support shows up, it will help you heal that doubt you have, because you've had to do this maybe by yourself, or you haven't had this support in the past. And they're saying walk forward and the support will show up, and that will help heal the part of you that feels from experience that they've never been supported. Not only is your wish fulfillment coming of making progress towards this new passion project or this direction you want to go in, but it's doing it is going to heal you. Doing it is going to make you feel like, oh my gosh, this was easy. This, I did get the support. Finally. Like I was able to get a partner, whether that's spirit or a romantic partner or a friend or a business partner, that like just made me feel like safe, that I could always leapfrog off their back. That's going to come in for you, and it's going to be really healing. And I get the moon here. And so this moon can be illusion. It can be things that we don't see, things under the surface. And what I'm really getting is it's like detachment. This really looks like, you know, when I think of the sun clears the path. The sun illuminates. This is where you're headed. This is where you're going to want to go. And you have this fire here that says you already know the direction you want to go. And the moon has kind of blocked you from like, how do I get there? What's the path I take? How is anybody going to support me? I haven't been supported in this in the past. So the moon kind of has, the path forward has been dark. It hasn't been clear how. You know what you want to do, but the how has not been clear. And you've surrendered a lot, like you've given to a lot to spirit to say, I hear you. I hear what you're calling me to do. I feel the passion. I know the direction I want to go. But you're kind of wishing upon a star here saying, you know, make that work for me, spirit. Please show up and heal any of this old wounding that I have, or these old patterns, or these old stories I tell myself, so that I can feel supported in walking forward, so that my path will be illuminated, that I don't feel like this is walking forward into darkness with that moon card. Because you know what this is. You know where you want to go. It's just not clear to you how, and you've been, all of the reasons why you can't do it right now seem really real, because that's been your experience. Spirit really wants to help you heal from that. And I get that the devil. So this is how the devil works. Through illusion and confusion, through darkness, through, I don't know how you would ever get there, and you're going to drown in that. And I don't know about the way forward. Don't you just want to stick with the old way? These are old patterns. This is applying our old patterns to a new self. And she is done with those old patterns, okay? She has spent a lot of times healing from this. So because of your healing, because you've done so much healing of yourself, Spirit's saying you're not going to fall into these old patterns. And the thoughts that you have about, I'm not sure about the path forward, it all seems dark, I don't know if it's possible, that's not her. She's like, it's possible, and I don't know, yeah, I guess I'm going to just walk directly into the dark and hope it lights up when I put my foot forward. And this is saying, this is fear. This is like, it might not light up, and what if it doesn't light up? And don't you want to stay safe? Don't you want to stay small? But you're like, no, I've healed a lot and I'm ready to go. Healed a lot and I'm ready to go. What else for this collective, Spirit? Yeah, I mean, it's always scary, right? Even when we know that it's the direction we're supposed to go, the how is like, I don't even know how I would make that possible, especially since so many people in these spiritual circles talk about manifest bigger than you ever could. And, you know, think about making this huge amount of money, or think about drawing in this huge community, or, you know, getting this huge job or whatever, you know, like, don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. And you're like, okay, like, I'm ready to not limit myself. I know what I want to do. I've spent a lot of time healing, but it's pretty scary when I don't see a path forward. I mean, I know sometimes those feelings can be like, give me something, Spirit. Give me something. And Spirit's saying, you're not going to go into this new direction that you're taking that might feel scary right now. You're not bringing this with you. So as you walk forward in this new direction, this new passionate place that you want to go, because we know that this is the direction for you, the journey itself is going to heal you. The journey itself, because it's going to be so different before, because you're showing up to it as a different person. You're not the same person you were that was scared or thought small. You are dreaming big now, and Spirit wants to meet you. Okay? I'm getting the world that you're closing out a cycle and that you're starting new. So it's like you're ending and beginning at the exact same time. So I'm getting like, you're going to step forward in your healing and trust and have faith and leave behind fear and illusion and darkness. Okay? And by doing that, you will seal the deal on a cycle that you've been living, on a karmic cycle that you came here to close. So this is part of we feel like we do the healing and then, okay, I'm healed. So now I'm going to step into this new life as this healed person. And it's not, you do the healing enough for things to be exposed to you that you realize you need to close out. And you are in tandem choosing the new you while closing out the old cycle. There's pieces of the old cycle that are still there while you're choosing the new you. And choosing the new you is closing out the new cycle. So it's not just like you shut one door and walk into the next one. It's like, as you walk forward as the new you in your new timeline, it is solidifying that you're done with the old timeline. You get all these opportunities that come up that say, like, are you sure? Isn't this scary? And throughout it, let's say it's a months that it takes you to kind of come into the new you, or a year or whatever. There's plenty of times that you feel like a healed goddess chick that's going to go, or guy that's passionate and taking action. And there's times during that journey where you're like, I'm scared. But in the moments that you're scared, this outweighs that. And that's what makes the cycle close. It's like the final tests of, are you willing to move forward even in darkness, even in, just because you know it's right, just because you have to do it? Are you willing to close the cycle out by walking forward into the unknown, and not let your old patterns tell you, well, you're not going to be caught there? Because you know that the old life, even though it calls you back because it's comfortable, you know that it doesn't fulfill you. It's painful to be there too. So might as well be painful in the unknown, walking towards something different, than painful sitting in the past. And I get temperance. So this is you bringing balance. Okay, you've been through a cycle that has been tough and struggling and had a lot of limiting beliefs, karmic patterns, low vibration. And you've done a lot of healing from that. And because of that, you've brought balance, not just to yourself, but you've brought balance to the collective. The energy that you're putting out is balancing out the frequency of Earth. So this is a great, asset that you're giving to Earth, but you're also balancing your life out. It's time to be like, okay, if there's going to be a little bit of fear, if there's going to be a little bit of old patterns that we continue to run our old patterns, I want there to be equal amount of healed me, an equal amount of confident me, and no, I'm not going to be scared, faith me. So you're bringing balance by choosing faith over fear, by choosing healing over wounding. Okay, and that's what you've been taught. Like, you have gone on this long healing journey, you've been through a bunch of shit, you've been through a long karmic cycle, a long life, okay, a lot of stuff. And you've lived enough, you've done enough research with your wounding to say, like, okay, I get that I ran all of these protective mechanisms and coping strategies, but they never got me my wish fulfillment. They never got me this. So I'm closing that out. I'm bringing back balance. All right. And that's what allows you to be this great teacher. The Hierophant is a teacher that is able to share their experiences. They have learned from this. I'm really getting from this card is you've done enough research. Like, I think of this with addiction, which this might be an addiction message because the devil represents addiction. But like, I think of with addiction, like, let's say that you drink and you keep trying to not drink. And a lot of times, or I've heard in the quitting drinking world, that they talk about research. So it's like every time you drink, you do your research and you're like, I drank. Okay. I don't like how I acted. I don't like how I feel the next day. And then you try to be sober for a while. You end up drinking again. You don't like how you were, same results. And at some point you've drunk enough where it's like, how much more research do you need to do? Like, that it makes you feel like shit. You don't like how you act. That it's not good for you. Whatever it is, that's how addiction works. But you keep going back. And it's like research every time. Okay, I keep going back to my old patterning that is based in fear, based in a protective mechanism. But I have learned, I've done enough research. I have played in that dark, shitty sandbox enough that I'm like choosing anything but the sandbox, anything but anything but alcohol, anything but that old pattern that I used to run. I'm choosing a new path that I'm passionate about, that lights me up and feels healthy for me and my soul. Okay, so this is really like, you've done enough research. You've played in the shitty sandbox enough to know it doesn't get me anywhere. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm stepping out on a new journey that's fulfilling to me. And I'm getting that there's a little bit of doubt here. This is there's like a flying pig here with some like magic that it's like, okay, yeah, when pigs fly. So I think that is your old patterning telling you, like, you might not be able to make it in this new path, or how's that going to look, or you better play it safe, or protecting yourself. But the page is also setting out on, they're learning, they are doing new things, a new path that brings fulfillment to them. So you're doing things that are based in your healing, bringing you fulfillment, or led by your heart, not by your brain and what's safe in your nervous system, but by your heart and by what fires you up and what's passionate and that Spirit's calling you to do. And in doing that, you bring balance to yourself and the world, and you close out this huge karmic cycle, or even just these small ones. This might be a small pattern. This might be an addiction you have, a codependency, a relationship you have, an issue with your boss that you're just not showing up to in the same way, and you're going in a different direction, and you're closing out that cycle. And it's closing out that cycles that puts this to bed. Okay? Don't need your fear and your pretend comfort anymore. Devil, addiction, codependency. Let me get the one on the floor. Okay. And I get the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So this card in the upright means lack mentality. So, you feel like you're sitting out here and all the goodness and money and abundance and warmth is in here and you just can't get into it. And this is in reverse. So this tells me you are dropping. That's the cycle you're breaking. This was lack, but we're not going to be able to do that. But what if you don't have enough? What, you can't leave that job because who's going to pay you? How are you going to pay your bills? You know, there's somebody in your life that's making you feel, or a situation in your life that makes you feel like crap, but also makes you feel like if you walk away from it, you wouldn't be able to sustain yourself, that you would be in lack. But this is in reverse. So in reverse, it means abundance. You're in the door. You're here now. You're in the door. This is in reverse. So it means all the abundance, the opposite of lack mentality. It means abundance, flow, allowing it to flow into you. Because this isn't here anymore and you've closed out this cycle, you are able to allow everything that was meant for you to come in for you. And I get the sun, which my favorite card in the deck. This is where you're headed. This is ultimate happiness. This is just happy, happy, happy card. And this is where you're headed. Do what it takes to close out this cycle and do what it takes to walk forward. At the bottom of the deck, I get the 9 of Swords. This is overthinking, sleepless nights, racked with anxiety about this. This is something that has made you feel really trapped. And you're just like, you're in your head about it. It's not something easy to let go of, whether it's an addiction or something that is very tied to your security, like your job, or a relationship that you just have a lot of codependence in. This is something that is keeping you in lack mindset, and it's not an easy one for whatever reason. Like somebody on the outside could say like, oh my gosh, just quit that job, they totally suck, just you'll find something else. Or oh my gosh, your life is short, just end that relationship. Or why don't you just stop drinking? And you know, as somebody that's in it, like for me it's just not that easy. Like I'm scared, or I like my X, Y, and Z, or it gives me some level of comfort. So they're saying you don't have to wait to be fully healed, because stepping forward where you know your soul is on fire for, where you know you are meant to go, will be healing in the process. Okay? You are meant to have this reciprocity in life. And you're closing out cycles that are no longer meant for you. And you're walking towards, you've just learned enough. You've learned enough and you're ready for your happy day. And your happy day is coming. Walk forward even scared. Walk forward even with some of your old wounding. Walk forward even with some of your addictions or some of your whatever. And continue to go towards balance so that you can close that out. Your healing and your wish fulfillment is all on its way. The lighthouse can show you the shore, but you still need to steer the ship. Please like, share, subscribe, and until next message.